We got to make it legal.
And then here comes Robinhood to save the day.
There we go.
To stabilize the prediction. They'll probably be the vanguard of the prediction markets.
We need to have a company that we can say that we trust, a company that has been vetted, a company that's been here. Okay, we'll let them do it on that.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. When Mondani becomes president, we'll talk about it on Blackout.
Great prediction. Great prediction.
I gotta go to Polymarket and see the odds on that.
Speaking of Robinhood, talk about Robinhood's recent stock rise.
Yeah, Robinhood was a company that was, when we did our top 10 companies of the year, it was, I think it was number 10 for me because of, number one, relationships. We actually sat down with the CEO on a few occasions, but the most recent one, we had a conversation prior to the interview. And he didn't say things, but he implied things that made me say, let me go and do some research on what he's talking about, the technology that they're coming out with, some of the things that they have in the future. So I went and did my own research. And so you've seen Robinhood have an uptick here. There's a couple of reasons. Number one, they were announced as a company that's going to lead the technology for the quote unquote Trump accounts, which means that every kid that is born in 2026 going forward has access to $1,000 inside of a brokerage account. Now that can be added to throughout the year. So you figure you have an embedded customer base for the next 10 to 15 years, however long they allow Robinhood to do it. I know BK Mellon is underwriting it as the bank. So that's number one, right? That new customer base that's been there. Then you think about the existing customer base that they already have. When you talked about young retail investors, what brokerage are they using? Overwhelmingly, when I talk to people who had just started, they're the common theme. I'll be honest with you. Most people, like I use E-Trade, I use TD, right? I have Fidelity. I don't even have a Robinhood, but I see that most people that have just begun or are under 30 are using Robinhood. So you have the existing core audience, you have the options trading audience, but if you haven't watched, Bitcoin slowly coming out of that 67 to 72 range, got up to 72,000. A large part of how Robinhood actually grows in its revenue is from that Bitcoin trading. And so if Bitcoin ticks up, you'll start to see Robinhood tick up. You add into it, its number one revenue source, which is options trading. You see the market tick up. NASDAQ hit its all-time high. S&P hit its all-time high. You're watching Robinhood grow. The other part is predictive markets. They had a 300% increase in predictive markets in the first quarter. They're going to be reporting their second quarter results, I think, in the next next week. And so we'll see how predictive markets performed. Obviously, you had a lot of things going on in the second quarter. And so you're starting to see Robinhood, which kind of was trailing on a downward trend down to 67. I'm like, all right, I'm watching it. Here's his 400 day at 70. It went over its 400 day, not 200. It's 400 day. It reclaimed it. Perfect. This is the time we got to get it. So we bought some calls on it. And again, this is why going into the year, I'm looking at it saying Robinhood is primed to do something here. And it looks like it's on a nice rebound here.
Yeah, I love it. I've never changed my stance or position. Once again, hold for 10 years, you'll be good. I think they are in a prime position over the next few years to do incredibly well as a result. So even though they've had a deep dip, I think they'll be A-okay. I do want to address something too really quick that was said in the comments about Martha Stewart. She went to jail for insider trade. That Trump will suffer the same fate. Martha Stewart went for jail for lying about the information that she was given. That's why she was charged. Also, with insider trading, if you file the information in the confidentiality reports, you can escape some of these things as well. So will they change the landscape of it? Yes, but I think over a certain dollar amount, like even if you look at the private credit issue, you don't know who's currently trading that because the volume or the dollar amount needed to trade that asset on the short is a lot. So I think maybe a few people in the administration probably will be charged, but the majority of people who made the lion's share of the money, they're not going anywhere. That's the part about capitalism that sucks, is that capitalism protects the capitalist through lobbying.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to go after his family for sure. I forgot Mondani wasn't born in America. Yeah, I guess he can't run for president then. Maybe that's why he said he wasn't going to run for president. Well, there goes that. But
Democrats in trouble. You're in trouble.
I think they're going to go after his family. Charlemagne made a good point as far as at one point in time, Germany had a denazification. So after, like, they went extra hard to really, like, purge themselves of all Nazi remnants, people, sympathizers, all that. I think you're going to see a demagafication of America, and everybody's going to be like, on the other side of this thing.
But
And they're going to go after Trump. It depends. If they get Gavin Newsom, I think he's going to do it. I think Gavin Newsom's going to run a hard line. No? Not a Gavin Newsom fan.
It's not that I'm a fan, but it's really hard to run a country when you can't enter while the homes that burned down a year ago still not up. It's a tough answer to give. And if you're leaving, and if
the bar of entry of running countries have dropped drastically.
That's true.
It's a pretty low bar these days.
On one side, not both sides.
He's going to get charged and he's going to claim dementia. And I mean, he's going to be 81 this year, 82 this year, whatever how old he's going to be. He's made enough money. And this is the thing with making so much capital is you can fight. You got capital to fight it. Made 9-10 billion. You're going to fight this. Yeah. But who won't be safe is some of the younger offspring.
For sure.
Of his, yeah.
I mean, when the government, it's hard to fight the government no matter who you are.
I mean, they put all the cronies in position.
And that's why they get erased. And now and that's what McCall said that. Who said that? He's like, damn, if Democrats win, I'm going to jail. Who said that? They said it at the convention. One of his top guys. He was like, put it in chat. Who said that? He was like, if the Democrats win, we're screwed. We're going to jail. Mm-hmm. He said it. They said it.
Yeah.
Keep hope alive.
and this new America party, that'll be the death blow. Like, I'm looking to see, like, people really don't understand how big that Turning Point USA movement was. They're like the angel investors of that political side of MAGA conservative nation. If Tucker and a few of them get together and start fundraising, it's going to be bad for MAGA. I think a lot of the infighting is going to be what brings that down.
Yeah, that's Steve Bannon. That's what said it.
Steve Bannon.
You hear when Steve Bannon said it? He was like, "Yo, if Democrats take over, we're going to jail." Like he said it. He said, "We're going." Oh, but then
he won and he dropped the charge. He dropped all the investigations on him, right?
No. He said this recently.
Oh, I thought he was already facing charges before.
I know, but that's why he said it, because he got off. So he's like, "Look, if we can't let the Dems win, like if they take the House, if they do this, that's why he's like, no, like if they win, we're going to jail."
Mm-hmm. You know what one of Steve Bannon's biggest investments was in history?
What?
The TV show Seinfeld.
The royalties on that? Syndication is crazy.
Just read. The most fascinating thing, or just go down a rabbit hole and a bunch of different, you'll see cross-pollination of audiences.
The cross-pollination. That show ended in 97 and it made, I think, an average of $70 million a year for 20 years, 30 years.
20-something a year.
It's ridiculous.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah. He was the highest paid. His show had been off for 20 years and he was the highest paid person on TV.
Was he dating his daughter?
Nah. We can't put that on his jacket. Nah. Yeah, that's
Woody Allen?
Yeah. That's too far. Yeah, that was Woody.
He did something. Seinfeld did something.
Allegedly.
I'm not sure on him.
Allegedly. What's the S&P 500 entry level?
Y'all want to entry to the SPY or no? Put it in chat. Yes, if in chat. If not, we can skip and go to the next subject. Let me see what the response is first.
I thought you were going to say we done told you it already.
I can't be so demonstrative every time. I got to balance out the good cop, bad cop. My next entry I would like would be 658.80. If you're looking for a quicker entry, and then if we get a significant pullback in a couple of months, I want to get in at 620.84. That'll probably could land around the summertime. So those are the two levels I'm looking to get in. For everyone who kept saying, I'm looking for crash, we had one the last 2 months. The market pulls back every week. Look at your weekly chart for your entry. You can use the 72, 200-day, 400 days I've talked about and given away before. So if you want to be able to do it on your own, but the most important thing that you can do for your account and your portfolio is just to automate your investing for when the market drops 10%, 8%, 7%, just to automatically invest in the market so you don't have to think about it. So the shit is easy if you listen the first time, from the bottom of my heart with love. Investing is easier than ever. This ain't 1990s where it was gatekeeped and We didn't know what to invest in. Put in chat. It's easier than ever to invest. It's up to you to deploy the capital. Automate it. Automate it, please.
Please.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Allegedly. Okay. Let's talk about war, recession risk. Well, is there a war recession risk?
I don't think the 2027 crash is real, but I don't think this war is going to be the reason why we get pushed over the edge. A lot of people keep saying this is similar to 2008 and 29, and the circumstances are different. And then also there isn't as much money. Like in 2008, there wasn't as much money automatically flowing into the market.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that the war alone is going to be it. There's more people looking to profiteer from the war and from the market being down than there ever was before. It's not going to be it. If this AI trade in that bubble pops and they begin to reveal some truth, like I'm looking at the data centers being slowed down, which they should for the environment. And if we start to see some of these companies go from 55% down to 80%, and then some truth starts to get revealed, I think we can have a fragile moment where we have a real crash. But the war alone won't cause the recession. It's going to be a combination of factors or a combination of swans that hit at one time.
Yeah, this is, you have to remember that the market is always forward thinking and forward guidance. And so the conflicts, the wars, yes, short-term pain, but not sustainable throughout the history of the market. In fact, CNBC put a great article out today about the past 30 years of conflicts and what they've meant to the market.
Yeah.
On average, this is on average, the S&P has netted a 1% return on average. 30 years of conflicts from the Gulf War, Desert Storm, Kosovo War, Afghanistan, Iraq, ISIS, Ukraine, now Middle East, 1% return.
Yep.
On average. Because the market's forward thinking.
I keep telling you, like selling fear around a big collapse is to sell books and to give viewership. That's not where the real money is made. The real money is made is buying, doing those deep trenches and the times when the market is falling apart and holding for long periods of time after that 5 to 10 years. That is the literal cheat code. So, like even the 27 crash, it'll probably be a short-lived crash. It may be 6 months, 3.5 months, if that. They're going to pump the money back into the market to rise up the valuation of these companies.
Yeah. What do you think the impact of the new Fed chair has on the chances of recession? I think they start his interviewing process. I think starts this week or next week, and everybody's assuming that rates are going to drop. So what do you think there?
If he has cojones and chutzpah to stand up towards who has appointed him, I think it won't be as bad. If he doesn't, I think it's going to be a bloodbath for the time that we do hit it. But that private credit market, and people keep forgetting this. I keep bringing up the private credit market. Most people don't know that the private market asset is hidden into your 401k. Up to 20% of your allocation, depending on which 401k you're in. So it can be that. Treasury market issues, like you said, Fed leader, AI thing popping, and that ends that cycle of spin. That's the only place where Apple may be able to benefit is just wait and see and let every asset burn down and buy it at a cheap price. But it's going to have to be 3 or 4 of these things that hit at the same time. It's not going to be it's not going to just be one thing. There's too many levers in place by the Fed and international banks to stop these things from causing a global recession. Are we ripe for one? Yeah. Like even with the commercial real estate, commercial real estate is in free fall. It hasn't. Like remember when Silicon Valley Bank went under? There are a bunch of smaller banks that are on the brink of collapse, but they're printing money into those. So, and also too, my last point, stop begging for people to die for you to get rich because you too fucking undisciplined to invest now. You want a collapse to happen so that the value of the dollar in other countries goes to half of what the notional value is, so you can get 25% return. You just get the return now. Too many of you are waiting for like a end of the world scenario to take advantage of the market when it's like you can get 25% return now in a great company in a quarter. What are you
Today.
waiting on? This is not fucking 2002. This is not 1991. This market is easy, and there's more assets than ever. You don't have to be a value investor. There's a bunch of, there's probably, if you want to beat the market and get 12% return, there's probably 150 companies you can easily put your money into and get 13% return. It's been a long time since that kind of market has been there. One of the best in history. Stop waiting for global collapse to invest. And the truth is, if the market goes to shit in 27 happens, you're not going to put $100 grand into the market.
Mm-mm.
You can lie. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. It sounds good. No, you're not.
It does sound good. Most people think they would, and they're not going to.
Y'all gonna freeze up the same way y'all do when y'all see a bad bitch in Miami. You're not gonna deploy the capital. I'm not playing with y'all, yo.
Yeah, it is a unique time. Like I said, you Round Hill, and we talked about it earlier. They literally
Shawty, you see her over there? Hey, Shawty, Troy, you see it over there? I'll see y'all do it at investments every year. Same shit. Yo, when the market gonna crash? The shit crashing while I'm on stage. By now. Hold on, no. What if it'll go up? Okay.
500 on the line.
Then you be like, yo, I need a loan. I loaned you the motherfucking stocks to buy. Respect back hop, media trainer. You don't want to do it.
I was saying, when you said there's no time like this, you're talking about Round Hill. They literally created an ETF because they watched this memory sector go insane and said, look, we got to have in on this, and created an ETF for you to now invest in. Like that. It's like, hello.
I gave y'all the prices. Yo, I don't know about the assessment of NVIDIA last year. Okay. You deserve to be broke. This is a non-compassionate side of me. Because when I started, you had to search high and low for this information. You get the shit, like, dog, I beat most fund managers in returns. For free. Then you be like, oh, I can't believe you charge $10,000 off a stock club. I can't believe it. The motherfucking show free. Listen the first time. I don't need no brand deals. Listen the first time. When you go get a payment plan for Red Panda, I do this shit for free. Invest. Back to you, Troy Rashad.
The freedom. The freedom.
I can't believe you are charging the culture for information you can easily find on Investopedia. Shout to Caleb. That's my guy. Y'all ain't gonna do that. Go ahead. We'll go on Investopedia. Caleb will be on the show soon too.
Shout out to my dog.
Cedric Nash. We got all the heavy hitters coming. Are you going to invest though? And go in a Balenciaga or one of them stores and pay $7,000 for some garbage that cost them $7 to make. The choice is yours. You deserve.
Nobody ever complains about concerts
at all.
Y'all paying $8,000 to see Chris Brown, $10,000 to see Jay-Z.
Tata ain't gonna wait for you. Shout to Tata.
Not gonna happen.
Hands up and with it. It's over with.
Nobody ever complains about concert tickets. And those concert tickets are not cheap.
I'm there. Everything earned though. I'm there. But just know, I'm investing.
Yep.
and I'll see you there. Hopefully if you invest in.
Yep. Get your tickets to invest.
That's a fact. You're definitely gonna see me there.
Palantir's long-term outlook.
I think it's funny. All the Palantir Power Rangers last year, who were pro Palantir, are all of a sudden getting concerned. My question to you is, what are you so worried about? If you loved Alex Karp and the technology last year and the year before, you should still love it now. It means it tells me that you're just looking for the short-term win, and you may not believe in the company. And I've had my thoughts, and I've expressed that I think of certain companies I would not invest in because of moral compass and ethics, right? But if you're looking at return basis, even from, let's say hypothetically, if they fell back to, let's say 119.38, that would be a great entry. Even if they got to the median of where they were this year of 156.29, it's a great return. My question is, do you believe in the company or are you just trading for short gains? This is not a trading show. You may get some trading gems here and there. Put in chat, long term is the wave. Can I tell y'all a secret? I've only had conflict with people who didn't listen to the long term. The review videos came because you didn't buy the stocks because I told you to buy long term. I don't have enough capital. Quit effing off your money. Put it into the market. So if you believe in a company last year and you loved it so much And Alex Karp is that okay? Well, you should still be invested into the company now and love it. But they are going through what most technology companies have gone through, and software or AI adjacent companies have gone through. They have seen a reduction in the price and the rate of return that they're giving. But they were at $5.84 in 2023. They went to 207.52. What more do you want from Alex?
Yeah, it's been an incredible run. Here's the issue, and I think this will answer the next one as well. When you look at the valuation of Palantir,
it's always been lofty.
It's tough. It's tough to explain how it gets there, or it's not there already, right? So it almost feels like it might be priced for perfection. When it had that run, it was okay. Well, you can understand, the technology. You can understand the case use. You can understand, the government contracting. But I don't know, man. It's pretty high valued. Even at 150, it's high valued. 210 was just astronomical. You knew that a pullback was coming. I'm not investing in it. I understand why people are very enthusiastic about it from a technology standpoint. It's just, I don't know, man. Shout out to Alex, but I'm not sold. I'm just not sold on Palantir. And I could be wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong with this one.
I'm not a big PE ratio guy, but the PE ratio of Palantir is 212x to 231. In comparison, Tesla's 250, 283 to 311. That should tell you something as well. But if you were pro killing innocent people last year, be pro innocent killing people now because your portfolio being killed.
Yeah, but you got your computer there. Pull up a comparable in that sector, right? Like RTX or something like that. Right? It's just there's a drastic difference in the valuation of these companies that are in the same sector.
3439X. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't touch it. And if you made money off that trade, great. If you're a long-term investor, I guess you can hold it. I'm just not sold on Palantir for a number of reasons.
But do what you want. At some point, you got to have a compass. 4P for Raytheon is 28x. Palantir is 116x. Current P ratio for Raytheon is 39x. Palantir is 231. You're paying for a multiple because of the tech. And also, Stock Club, y'all know I've been saying this, and the Roto one. This is Apple versus Anthropic all over again. And the real's the one.
On the way.
Hello. So, but what do we know? Rashad, what you think? You cooking up here. What you got in your brain? You got a money making scheme in your brain. And when y'all do the reboot of power, Niles and AZ, I need to be on the episode, please.
Sosa, let's go.
So you noticed.
Real quick.
One day we'll tell the story.
That's a fact. How you feel about, what's a popular stock trap?
I think we just had a great illustration or example of it is investing in companies that you're only focused on the short-term gain of them and not the long-term ramifications of what they can have and the viability of the long-term. Regardless of whatever companies I've talked about, when I go to bed, I know I don't have to check them for 2 years. I don't have to worry about Stryker, Lilly, NVIDIA, AMD, Amgen, Microsoft. So if I go to Lake Como and my laptop get dropped in the water because the driver a little bit erratic, I don't have to check Charles Schwab endlessly to see how the performance is. So I think, and now, of course, because of the crash that's coming, I keep saying there's a lot of companies that are publicly traded now that are going to get you your returns in 1 year, but they're going to average out to be 12 to 20%. You may just have gotten 100% in a year to make you hold it for 5 years. It's going to average out to be the same thing. But everyone can do, and these are lessons that you had to learn the hard way. I just don't want you to learn them the hard way because I want you guys to be able to multiply your wealth and get rich a lot faster. But focusing too much on hype versus the company, even if you look now, remember when we started the show, if we got 20%, you're a rock star. Now it seems as if people feel as if you're getting 50% return in a year, you failed. How? You 2 years away from a double.
Also, just investing, like you said, investing in stocks. That's how. But investing in stocks that you don't even know, or investment that you don't even know anything about. Like, that was the XRP craze. Like, I knew that it was crazy. I seen a bartender. Salute to all the bottle service girls. You guys make the world go round. But when I seen a bartender post XRP, that's when I knew that it was going to fall apart. And shortly after, it did. So when you just invested in things because you just hear about it on social media and you don't even know exactly what it actually is. It's just like Bored Ape, the Bored Ape. Yeah, shout out to Justin Bieber and them, but I don't think they fully understood what they was doing. It was just so popular. Everybody was doing it. And it was like, shit, I gotta get in on this. And then shortly after that, it usually falls apart.
And then y'all say I'm crazy for falling apart. No, you don't know. I'm like, maybe I do. I proved enough.
So also, things I know, man.
Yeah. And it's like, if you don't know the CEO, the founder, what the baseline profit margin is, what the mission of the company is, and most importantly, do you buy the fucking product? A lot of people are investing in things, and it's like, you don't believe in the product because you don't use it. I know the quality of Google because I'm on YouTube every day, and the suite of products that I've been using with them since 2011. That's why I kept saying Google has executed perfectly what I wish Apple would have done. I did the calculation. If Apple would have been able to invest in OpenAI, have some of this AI stuff, they would be worth probably $8.9 trillion right now. Google's smoking on the Apple pack in terms of innovation. Almost flawlessly.
Microsoft did. Right? Like Microsoft was for the most part, the history of our show, those have been the number 1 and 2 in terms of market cap until NVIDIA came through and knocked it out. And then Google came up there, and now Apple's back at number 2. But they got 49% of OpenAI.
Yeah.
They did it. Right? We're talking about those treasure chests, that 152 billion that they had in operating cash flow that has dwindled down a little bit here. Well, you know why Microsoft has. They've talked about CapEx spending. Apple's up to bat. But I think the idea of at least knowing what the company does should be bare minimum.
You have to.
Bare minimum. Mm-hmm. There's people who are investing in companies and have no idea what the company does. Forget who the CEO is. At least what the company does. They just saw that the stock went up, and it's like, okay, well, I can cash this thing. Maybe I can get 10% on this. Maybe I get 20%. I get an option call. Maybe I get 100%. No clue what the company does. Forget fundamentals, technicals. Just saying, okay, well, I saw it went up 10%. Maybe it go up 10% tomorrow.
And
bare minimum, at least no.
And everybody in real estate, you know Lowe's. You know Lowe's. Don't let them box you out of certain returns. Because even with that, just take the money that you get from the stock market long term and invest into more properties if you want to do it. But also, too, I'm seeing a lot of people who were heavy in real estate. They see that the gains are better in stocks. It's not, once again, to do either or. It's to do both.
Let's do both. Yeah.
Buffett has not got rid of all them properties that he's chairman over at Berkshire. So
what's the $1 million investment portfolio?
You tell me. Yeah, I'm gonna do how you did me earlier. Pause. No, you tell me. No. Give me the real answer.
Strictly equities?
Yep. Oh, no. It doesn't have to be. Let's do 25% equities. What's the other 75%?
Only 25%. Well, first, I would definitely advise, if you have all right, let's say you get a life insurance policy, somebody, or hit the lottery or whatever, and you just have $1 million liquid. All right, pay off debt for sure. Assuming that you have no debt and you get to actually invest $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that you should have at least half in equities.
Mm-hmm.
At least half, $500,000 for sure. 10% big, 10% big.
Long term?
Long term, yeah.
Gotcha.
10% big, 10% Bitcoin. Index fund for sure, S&P 500. I'm a big proponent of QQQ. You got a lot of great individual stocks if you want to have some risk. Whether it's Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA, TSM. Those come to mind, top of mind. Top 10 companies, something like that. I think the other 500,000, you got to put $100,000 away for emergencies. Anything can happen. Maybe 50,000 if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. Real estate, you should be able to buy some level of property with $500,000 in most parts of America. should be more than enough for a substantial down payment, whether that's, a condo, but multifamily investing, something that we championed early on. Shout out to MG, the mortgage guy. Talked about that early as far as having that cash flow. That's important, especially if your income is not, sometimes you can get a lump sum of money, but you're not making a lot of money per se. So you want to keep your income down. So multifamily real estate is a great way because most of the time your number one expense is your housing. So with the multifamily strategy, you actually solve that because not only do you not have any expenses because you're getting rent, if done correctly, you can actually have a surplus where you're actually making money while still living in the property as well. So you kind of kill two birds with one stone in regards to that. And I would after that, I was watching the podcast clip with TD Jakes and that's my brother. What's his name? It's the bro. He was actually with. Oh man, what is?
I wish I knew who you were talking about.
He used to be with what's the guy that always talks about paying off debt?
Anthony O'Neill.
Anthony O'Neill.
Okay.
He used to be with Dave Ramsey. Anthony O'Neill. Shout out to Anthony O'Neill. That's my brother. Anthony O'Neill was saying that you should only buy a car if you could pay it off in cash. And I don't necessarily subscribe to that ideology. I don't subscribe to that ideology, but it is good in that type of situation. In that type of situation where you do have a lump sum, because most people, the reason why I don't subscribe to that is most people don't have enough money to buy off a car. So it goes back to the paying off the loan or actually investing, right? Where if you got $50,000 to your name, yeah, you can spend that on paying off a car, but now you got no money to invest. Me personally, I would rather just lease a car for $800 a month and then put that other money to work in the market. But if you have a lump sum, that might be something that you need to think about because that's another expense as far as, so yeah, that would be just some things that come to the top of my mind. And that's not including any family as far as like putting money aside for your kids' college or life insurance. This is just purely just you. Like if you're just single yourself, that would be, you got your housing taken care of, you got your long-term investment, and you got a car that's paid off, you got no debt. I think that's a recipe for success.
Do you know if they got their first million, what they should do? Go to ianinvest.com. And if you want to know 2 years ahead of time, what is going to emerge in the market, because no one actually knows when Tim Cook's going to retire, but I told you 2 years ago. Or all these geopolitical issues, or what stocks are going to fall 30 to 40%. And if you want to know exactly and precisely where to get in so you can be wealthy and free like me, go to ianinvest.com. Join the Red Panda Stock Club and then put yes in chat if I've made you money.
Shout out to everybody that's made money. I'm watching this show for sure. Easy. Yep. We don't met too many people that started with zero. I'm up 100,000.
1.5, 2 million, 3 million.
I'm up 1 million. Like, that's the everyday person that is a teacher, that is in sanitation, that's making that type of money. If everybody else is doing that, I'm doing that. It's not even a question. I'm doing it.
When we end the show for good, are we going to do a retirement tour or are we going to do how I want to do it and just be abrupt as hell? It's the last one. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Love y'all.
Yo, join us tonight. Last one. I love y'all so much. I love y'all with my heart.
Which one?
Go out like Bron. No victory tour.
Red Panda, I'm never leaving you. But listen, I'm feeling like Iceman. You may need to freeze the market up and see because I know what the GDP of me is. But let's just take a little break.
Iceman on the way. Be careful.
On the way. Shout out to the boy.
Yo, Iceman on the way, yo.
Iceman on the way, man.
Yo, the 6th. We back. Iceman on the way.
Man, tap in. We got Jada tomorrow. EYL University.
Thursday, we got Jada. We got Blackout on Wednesday, 9 o'clock. EYL University, I got a financial planning call, I think. Oh, yeah, Friday, yep.
Friday, I got a financial planning call. And shout out to EYL University, like I said, man. The numbers speak for themselves. The amount of people that put a green jacket, screenshots, this isn't no... I ain't even gonna say that. Shout out to her, man. I don't want
that. Damn. Nah, can't do that, man. Let's keep the main thing. Shout out to everybody that got their green jacket. Well-deserved, well-earned. And I'm sure there's plenty of others of you that have not put the screenshot up yet, but send it so we can acknowledge you. And please, just know, stay tuned. We got something for y'all. Stay tuned.
But the proof is in the screenshots.
Yo, shout out to everybody that was in AMD. Hit an all-time high. I text Shotty. I'm like, yo, somebody check on Dave Shans, man.
Shout out to Dave
Shans. How the portfolio's doing, man.
Shout out to y'all who try and rewrite history. Like I said that shit on the first episode of Market Mondays too. I see you clip that, my boy.
Y'all was fighting me though. Y'all was fighting me.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best part. Because even if we don't agree, somebody's going to take something from it and say, you know what? I like that viewpoint. Oh, that perspective was good. But at the end of the day, did you invest?
Yeah, invest.
Yeah.
It'll be too much chatter back and forth until we get to that net worth conversation.
Yeah, Jada Waiter. That's
Prudent Mom. She said, my kids invested in AMD.
Jada Waiter.
Prudent Mom been at day one. She been here since day one. Shout out to you.
Okay.
Yeah, they all going crazy.
We were just talking about direction of what Lisa should do, but y'all gonna quit rewriting history.
Yeah, Lisa, she's doing an incredible job. Shout out to everybody that's in AMD. Shout out to everybody that's in Broadcom. Shout out to everybody that's in Caterpillar. GE Vernova reports tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Yeah, it's a big week. Did you see the numbers on Tesla?
I definitely did.
So they were saying about 33% of the cars that were purchased were actually bought by Elon.
Mm-hmm.
For robotics. For the robo-taxi. So if you take those numbers out of the actual,
if technically, I keep telling y'all, there's talk about black swans. There are 3 or 4 Ponzi's that will be revealed. But if the companies are exchanging assets to create the valuation, by the time the valuation is there, it's too late. Rockefeller did this. If you study history, Rockefeller had a number of entities, one being the American education system, that he intertraded assets amongst the companies to create an empire.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not sass in the comments, it's intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
It would behoove you to, just ascertain some of the things I'm putting down so I can make you friendly. You wealthy. I appreciate you so much.
Pick up what I'm putting down. Ian, can you please give us the word of the day again? For those who are joining a little late.
Chimera. I like the kind definition, not the evil version of it, but it's being a combination of many things.
A combination of many things.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Yep.
All right. Zayd, happy birthday to Zayd. Shout out to Zayd. It's her birthday today. 420. Shout out to all my 420s people who are enjoying this in a different spirit right now. And hopefully you've taken your notes with diligence. But I feel you. Shout out to 420.
Yes, sir. So, all right, yeah, make sure y'all tap in. We got Blackout on Wednesday. We got EYL on Thursday. I got my financial planning call for EY University on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We got NVIDIA on Wednesday.
Yep.
It's a pretty jam-packed week. So
they said the boss man's in town.
Who? Jensen?
Yeah. He's in town.
Set it up.
Like the leather jacket memorials.
Never know.
Yeah, who knows?
Stranger things.
And one day we got to talk about some of these answers my guy's giving.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah. We should talk about that. That interview was very telling about where we're headed.
I won't talk about it this year, but 29 or something like that. No, and to the person in the comments, no, it's not a hit dog hollering. I just like to engage with the audience and then play good cop, bad cop. If you see top of the show, like last week, Rashad was bad cop. Ooh, shook shotty, and he's nice this week. And then I was nice last week, and I'm an asshole this week. It's the ebbs and flows of the market. Media training. Back to you, Troy Rashad. Cross-pollination of audiences, though. Key business lesson I learned.
Yeah.
Cross-pollination of audiences.
Hey, there's a business and there's money to be made everywhere. So we got to.
For sure.
You know? Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. Reach out, text somebody, check on your loved ones. Pray for everybody's health and success and wealth, man. It's been real. We'll catch y'all on Wednesday. Love is love.
Y'all want to tell y'all the next CEO who gonna get fired or no? Save it for next week. Gotcha. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night. Peace.